All right, everybody, welcome back to Mega May. We're enjoying ourselves, of course, Fan Game Friday today. And here with me next, we're going to be seeing the Mega Man X8 16-bit Demake. And I'm going to turn it over to our runner and commentator to go ahead and tell you a little bit about it and themselves.
Hey there, I'm OwlyForest. I'm running X8 16-bit Demake, and I've got a companion colleague helping me out on comms here, JFit.
Hey everybody, JFit here, short for Jehovah's Fitness. I've been running DMake as one of my first speed games ever, and I'm going to be doing comms to help out Owly so he can do his best.
We're definitely going to try our best. Yeah, we're doing the 100% categories. We're collecting all of the hearts and the sub tanks and all the capsules, and hopefully we'll get to show off some bonus content at the end as well. Anything else we need to cover? I think we're set to get the 3, 2, 1. All right. I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and we'll just hit this thing. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. So for backstory in the game, like if somebody's just dropping in and wondering, like, what's X doing in this forest here? Like, I'm thinking we're responding to a distress call.
So in the original game, this is right after X had heard about a elevator cart that went off the rails. But in this version, he's actually approaching the cart instead of finding it earlier and then coming to a Maverick attack. So we're going to be making our way to the the crash site and figuring out what happened with the cargo inside.
Nice. And yeah, all this time we're just battling crabs and bees, hoping that their positioning doesn't wreck me too bad. We're getting really lucky so far, which I love.
Must be nice for the local wildlife to play nice. Could never be
right.
But as we're climbing up this compressing wall section, we're already at the end of the level. So we're going to be seeing what happened to the crash cart. Is what I would be saying if we weren't trying to go fast, so there's no story here.
Right, we've got a version of the game that skips all of the cutscenes, so kind of what happened right there in that fade out was Lumine got captured by Vile. And then this guy showed up.
Of course, Vile gave a monologue about how we're going to be doing bad guy things, but for now we're dealing with the monstrous crustacean in front of us. Nice.
What's his name? King Crab or something like that? I mean, it should be King Crab.
It's like crabs-y, as in, why is there a giant crab here?
The crab is a powerful form. We've built the crab to be one of the strongest entities in the entire game.
Evolution keeps making crabs for a good reason. But up first, Ally's going to be going to Bamboo Pandemonium, because this stage is pretty simple to work with, as this is the dedicated ride armor level, but it's also going to be where we find one of our big upgrade pieces with the Icarus legs. But first, we got to get our ride armor there. You can really feel the ride armor's powerhouse nature as it's going through most of this and not even taking damage, even though it's clearly taking damage. But just up ahead here, we're going to see if we can get a nifty little trick. Yeah, so if we use the plasma gun right as we're about to fall from the height of our jump, you can make that. But here's Vile already. We're going to punch him in the face.
I imagine this would hurt, a ton. But he seems to stand up to it.
Well, I think the damage is more emotional, because normally he's beating us with ride armors, and now the shoe's on the other foot. And the fist is in the other face. But we're bringing the ride armor up top here, and as we cross over, we find our Icarus Legs capsule. Icarus Legs are a insane piece of armor for X-Series standards, considering you can do a double jump, a double air dash, and you can even combine all of them together for 4 different mobility actions. So it's almost like flight without actually flying. So we're going to come through, ride armor's going to punch the door, and we're going to leave our big, beautiful blue boy behind. and take this crusty green one because there's a neat little trick. Because if you destroy it as your character's inside the ride armor, you can ignore height restrictions. So the ride armor is being treated as if it's the same size as X, so that is what allows it to go through the tunnel, when you would normally have to leave it behind to let the rollers come through. We're going to make our little platform here, and we're going to be facing the boss already.
Turns out that pandas have a multiplicity of weaknesses. One of them happens to be mech punches.
Mech punches, insane degrees of temperature, and just the inability to move from a single spot outside of very committal actions. But we're just going to rapidly jump and punch him, get as much damage as we can, and he doesn't like that. So we're going to be taking tactical damage boost so we can take less damage, because the claw attack hurts way more than just running into him. But lo and behold, Panda is turned into a fine red paste.
To shreds, you say? So we've got one Maverick down. I think prior to being destroyed, he had something to say about, why shouldn't he rule the world? So the Mavericks, I guess they've kind of started to rationalize why they should, be Mavericks. And that's sort of what we're missing in the cutscenes. But I don't really know that you need the cutscenes terribly much. It's just kind of like see bad guy, shoot bad guy kind of game.
Yeah, they try to justify their misaction saying that, we can't go Maverick because we're a new type of Reploid, but I don't know, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, explodes like a boss.
Yeah.
But Dynasty, Gigabolt's level, this is one of 2 levels that is very bike focused, and we use the bike to get the first heart tank already. Gotta do some Tokyo drift curves to try and do a little turnaround there. But much like ride armors, ride bikes can also be used to vandalize doors.
I will mention this is one of the best. This is one of the best level change-ups in the Demake from the original. Because oh my god, this stage is just, in my opinion, a little abysmal in vanilla.
Yeah, in the original game, it was basically a level of did you happen to buy weapon energy upgrades or not? And now this is a actual, like, hey, pay attention to the road, stupid, as you crash into a bunch of neon signs. But we're out of the new building already, and we're going right back to the bikes. But this time, we're going to be using our bike to get another upgrade. Instead of a heart capsule, though, we're going to be visiting our estranged father. But we got to get the right setup, so we do some Dukes of Hazzard jumps there.
That was a little bit close, but we got it. Chewy.
Yeah, normally there would be a little puzzle that involves setting up ramps to try and get it from another way, but since we've got Icarus legs, we don't have to worry about that. And a showcase of the Icarus legs' great mobility there as he jumped out and just hopped onto a missile while airborne. Which, yeah, we can hop on charged Panda missiles, almost like the Mega Man 5 Super Arrow, and use it for a little bit of transportation. And trust me, we will be seeing more of that.
Oh, this is a very tough fight. I'm going to focus.
Yeah, Gigabolt is definitely nasty if you don't got the pattern down. Alright, got him to half health, so he's using his super move now. Unfortunately, our new Buster is just big enough to get him. Owly, no, you died!
No!
I love this glitch. That was intentional. I just wanted to show off that you don't die if you kill the boss first.
Well, you know what they say, cool guys don't look at explosions. But now we have Gigabolt's weapon, which is probably the most well-known speed weapon for this game. In fact, it was one of the prominent ones for the early beta builds as well. Because once we charge up, we get 3 very fast invincible dashes, which will allow us to go very zoomy. But we're on the second bike level now, and just like with Gigabolt's level, we're going to be using that bike to get a heart tank, which should be coming up very soon. Yep, so we jump up here. And we're going to be seeing another use of the Panda Missile as we take a bit of a weird detour to the end of the level now.
Yeah, it's one of those levels where you go left in a Mega Man game. What?
Yeah, and instead of going right and seeing a whole level, we skip like 80% of it. So now we've got the Hermes helmet, which is another important piece for our little speedrunning adventure, because this makes charge times almost non-existent. And when you pair that with the Icarus Buster's ability to not use up weapon ammo, you kind of just get to go fast as long as you have the ability to hold down buttons. So that's the first sub-tank. Going to be zooming through with lightning once more. And look at that, we're already at the end of the level. Everything collected.
If you ever get curious, like, have you ever brought the bike into this boss fight?
I have, and while you can defeat him with the bike, I do not recommend it. Not only is it a long fight, but also I think there's a bug where you just fall through the floor once you beat him, and you just keep falling until you die. So
Sounds like a bad day.
Yeah, he may die from a bike, but he will send you to the back rooms. But yeah, a very clear demonstration of the combined power of the quick charge helmet and the kill everything laser with infinite ammo.
It is such an overpowered buster.
Yeah, being able to just have infinite pierce and doing almost a weakness weapon's worth of damage just all the time, it's fantastic. But now we're descending into the fiery depths, where we're going to be getting a leg nerf later.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and descend without getting caught up too much on the rising terrain. And now that we also have Yeti's weapon, we've got yet another strong mobility tool. And this level is kind of just a really great showcase of everything we've got so far for mobility. We're just going to be zooming through long stretches with lightning, and where applicable, we're also going to try and see some drift diving usage. Because drift diving got a pretty significant change from what it used to be charged up in the original game.
It absolutely did.
Now we navigate the pipe world here. Going zap, zap.
All right, we got it.
All right, we're about to see one of the few major glitches that I can think of in this game. So we're gonna get caught here and break out, and once we can get Dad's gift early and then leave sooner. So we equip our fresh shoes as we're just falling through the air like that. But we gave up some pretty nifty legs already, so these won't stick around for long. Anyway,
Right.
sentient lava is chasing us now.
Yeah, this lava wall is very interesting. I'm not going to stop and look at it for too long, but it's a wall.
A wall
And you
that
can freeze it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we actually stuck around, we could freeze the wall, and if you were doing armorless, you could actually wait for the lava wall to get to that sub-tank and freeze it and use it as a makeshift ladder to get there. But we're not doing armorless, we're just going fast.
Mm. Weapon swaps. I'm going to try to make use of that technique.
Very nice. Now, if you're wondering how Owly is doing this near psychic level takedowns of the bosses, that's because the Demake works on a fixed RNG system. So as long as you play the same and don't goof up dying or doing different orders, bosses will behave the same way every time. So this makes the game very just almost like a rehearsal, once you've really got it mastered.
It
But,
does
we're
feel
gonna-
like you're dancing.
Yeah, but speaking of dancing, we're taking off these awful dance shoes and putting on our Icarus boots again. Riding on advanced missile weaponry. because we're just zooming across this this metal valley here, as it's called, even though this is a whole lot of rock. But we're using Rooster's Flame Dash to break through the barrels here and getting our first chest piece. And speaking of Flame Dash, easily the most fun weapon in this whole game.
Yeah, it seems like the developer had a favorite.
Considering what it used to be like, I think it's a well-deserved glow.
Yeah.
So when charged, you can actually angle where it's bouncing around, and depending where you bounce, you will go to another solid surface. So once you start to see advanced geometry, you can just blaze through whole sections of stages with single Flame Dash uses. And a little cherry on top, it's also really good for boss quick kill setups, so expect to see a lot of that as well. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The kind of bouncing where we just ignore stupid chunks of the stage at a whole time.
Right.
Oh,
It
and
also
also
kills spikes.
Yeah, breaking spikes is just... it's fantastic. It's one of a few weapons that allows it to do that, but just charging head first and breaking it is fantastic. So now we've got another one of the giant robots that was chasing us, and we're going to be making use of Drift Diamond to hit the buttons in a easier fashion, and just keep donking him in the head until he gets a concussion. And now we are at the boss. God, I love... hello, bothersome creature.
The cat is back. That's wonderful.
He's a yapper. Everybody say hi to Clarence.
Aw,
So-
that's a great cat name.
So, Trilobite is the most intense boss in the whole game.
Terrifying.
Truly, worlds will shake before his power. His accuracy, unmatched. His stoicism, unmatched. His prowess, unmatched. His ability to be alive needs work, but...
It needs work. He tried, sort of.
just the misshapen star shape that just says, you try. But now at this point, we're kind of out of the useful mobility weapons, so now this is just going to be going through every stage as fast as we can. And no stage showcases this better than the whole ranking stage, where you want to go fast and try to kill stuff. But we're going to ignore Rule 2 there. Because our second rule is just go fast and go faster. Rule 3, sometimes bounce harder.
I died. Oh, I'm so
Ooh.
sorry. Well, the elevators didn't think that I should be doing what I was doing.
Yeah, elevators in this stage are definitely a bit whack, and they almost seem different with each version of the game, depending on what you're playing. But due to that, like I was saying earlier, fixed RNG is now slightly tweaked, but, you know, we'll still be fine.
Right. I think some of the other boss fights are a little more intense when that changes on you. The ones we have left are a lot of kind of spam your weapons at them, and that you will usually fall.
Yep.
I said hopefully.
I mean, hey, X is the paragon of hope. Anyway, so with the ranking system, we're supposed to be getting A or S rank, and then we can get our goodies behind the door. So, but if we don't, there will be these little electrical barriers that we can use Charged Thunder Dancer to break, so we don't actually have to do good. There's just one thing that we'd actually need to do good, and that is also at the end of the stage here, but we'll worry about that at a future time. But for now, we just keep schmoovin' and groovin'. God, I love flame bounces. So much like the legs, this is the part where our Buster gets a bit of a nerf. Instead of a giant kill-everything laser, we've got a shotgun blast, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, shotgun, death laser, and... I'll let you be the judge of what you take for
that. So this is a strat we just figured out here recently. I'm not sure if it's going to work, because I don't know exactly when Sunflower is going to teleport, but... it's a really simple strat.
I mean, it seems to be working now. So the Hermes Buster's extra benefit is that it has infinite uncharged ammo, while Icarus Buster was infinite charged ammo. And we take advantage of that to give Flame Dash infinite ammo, so we can just keep bouncing into Sunflower here. And I think damage-wise, it's about the same as being able to spam green shots all the time. And since we're in that little cramped space, we can kind of just keep bouncing into it. So it ends up being a pretty effective strat that I think we picked up on like only a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, you know, a bit of a more recent development, which is always fun to see. So now we're in the Metal Gear Solid level. Ooh, very nice. It's also a new little, or I say new, but a pretty solid trick there, where we can just use Flame Dash to get up on missiles to try and ride them at higher heights. And in the case of that, just let us go through very smoothly. Speaking of smooth, let's see how we can move through here, and avoiding spotlights. Alright, so we don't care about that spotlight, because we just turn on the power here.
I was trying to sneak around. All right. Ah.
Some more missile usage. Just ignore all of the security measures. Bouncing through. Very nice. Another solid stage to show off like all of the mobility tools in practice.
Yeah, the traversal is unmatched in this game.
Not gonna lie, that's the one trick I cannot do.
Well, you've got the trick that I can't do in this next part. You'll have to tell them what you do here.
So, I am a maniac when it comes to my flame bounces, and if you aim your charged flame dash into the side of those platforms as they're falling down, you can potentially luck out and just bounce all the way to the bottom of the elevator without having to worry about taking damage from the security lasers. It's really cool when it works, and you look incredibly stupid when it does not work. So I am 50-50 on that.
Nice.
Speaking of looking stupid, Bug, meet Zapper. This is a proportional response for a bug this big. And Bug, meet Boot.
It's like an actual laser from space. I don't even know how it gets down here, but it works well.
Well, light does travel fast.
The OP glaive. Is there a glaive weapon in X8?
So Zero does get a glaive as a hidden weapon, and it's also in modded builds, but you know, shh, we'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
But now we're in the final stage where we have to deal with another oversized bug. And this one is the bug that has his own set of boots, because we rotate the blocks the wrong way, we get crushed. We don't die, but nobody likes stubbing their pinky toe on the furniture. So we're using all these weapons we've got to just break the blocks and not having to rotate the stage. Well, hey, look at that. We've already got a mid-boss door. And just like how our boss order started with Vile, it's ending with Vile. So props to Allison for realizing that the original trap room in the stage was stupid, and just deciding Vile will be a very nice substitute for it.
Nice. Yeah, I like running into Vile multiple times. I mean, sure, it gets a little repetitive maybe, but he's like our friend at this point.
Yeah,
We just have a very confusing relationship with him.
It's that office rivalry. You got to keep things interesting. So, final armor nerf. We lose our quick charge and get a technically better version of the X1 helmet. You know, we can jump into stuff and do damage. But since we've also got our last Icarus armor piece, this is actually one of the armor set bonuses, which we'll be able to see that in action on Antonium later. We're just going to continue bouncing as we love to do here. And... ah, God, I love this weapon so much. So many cool angles where you go fast. speaking of level, that's it. We're now about to put boots on this final big bug. So we open up with charge flame dash, and a weakness weapon is a way to quickly do about, I think it's like 6 visual damage to the boss. But since we have damaging jump attacks, we just spam jump and lemon at the same time to just somehow melt him faster than just melt or doing charge shots. Very silly strat, but I mean, hey, if it works.
Change in RNG really didn't change the fight terribly much. I'm happy for that. I think maybe we're in the clear, I'm saying nervously. Oh, but no, I forgot which stage we're going to next. It's the elevator, isn't it?
Yeah, that's going to be the potentially concerning one. Anyway, we take off our cool football helmet to get the quick charge back, because we're not needing Giga Crush for this. We need to go fast.
Hmm.
And speaking as fast, this stage is absolutely beautiful to see once you've got all the movement mastered. So we don't wait for the elevator, we just climb blindly here. Various ways to do it. Ally's got his, I've got my flame dash sicko tendencies.
I learned a lot of my dashes from JFit, by the way.
Yeah, Owly definitely put in the work learning a lot of this, and I had some forbidden dark arts ready to teach him if he ever decided to accept. I had a whole reference point for this stage, and just seeing like, yeah, this will save me 7 seconds. Just like, all right, yeah, cool. God, just what is there to not love about this stage? Incredible theme, really fun to go through once you're good at it. And then, of course, Vile's got to make it interesting at the end here, because, of course, he has to make it interesting. The final climb into the hallway.
Oh.
And nothing more beautiful than just getting to this point while this part of the song kicks in. Hello, Timu Boba Fett. Ooh, okay. Not the worst pattern for having RNG off.
I don't usually tank, but when I do, it's to this guy.
It's not a sub-tank, it's a safety tank. Yeah, excellent use of the flame dash into weakness strat here. Ends up doing a bit more damage than just spamming Drift Diamond over and over, so... But Vile's also funny in the sense that one weapon just kind of shuts down 95% of his kit, so... It's a shame we don't get to see that strat often.
Hmm.
Anyway, Gateway. Another beautiful stage when we see it in action, and also with just a great theme.
I love the fireball bounce in the hallway. It just brings me so much joy to see.
I'm telling you, dog, it is the best weapon in this whole game. You learn it, you master it, you love it. Like, that move will pay dividends and your taxes. Alright. So now we go... Now, if you've noticed, this is not a go into a portal and fight a boss arena. This is... You know, we're facing segments that are reminiscent of certain stages. And we're collecting gems like they're Chaos Emeralds. Normally, we would only be able to get 2 at a time, but we can use Panda's weapon to break the glass and stack more of them. And our reward will be a, it's a bit of a spectacle. I'll let the moment talk for it.
Oh, well, that didn't work.
Oh, now I remember where this is going. I forgot how this part handles.
We bounce down because that gives us an easy way to bounce to the top here. Oh no, spikes and the darkness? Whatever shall I do? The ever-reliable flame dash. Now, what's really scary is if we die before we collect all 8, we have to do this whole thing over.
Yeah, that is really a letdown when it happens.
But fortunately, we should be at the point where there's no, like, scary ones left.
Oh, that didn't pay off at all.
And it almost did. Sometimes you do have to put brakes on the gas. This should be our final gem. Kind of looking like sunflowers with its positioning, but... So we've collected all 8 gems based on level segments from previous bosses, and...
They're all
no.
here!
Everyone is here. Ooh, nice. Getting all 8 with the charge shot. Just... Everybody turning into little Halloween candies here. And of course, the last 2 are the ones that we started with. And now it's just the one that started it all. Yeah, so Panda's the only one where Charge Flame Dash doesn't really work as a strat because, you know, weakness, iframes. We don't like those here.
This is going to be exciting. I actually don't know what Imposter Sigma is going to do, so this fight's going to be fun.
Well, he definitely made it interesting, pulling out the screen nuke already. But considering we've been using death lasers all day, I guess it's just an inappropriate response. But just like other bosses, we try to use Charged Flame into weakness for the most damage without iframes. But gasp, all along, Sigma with a fake body.
What?
What? What do you mean? This is impossible!
That's crazy!
Get in the car, we're leaving the stage now. Wait, this isn't
Wait.
the Sigma! No!
We're closing in on the end now. We've taken this fight to the moon.
Yep, this is ending the same way that Mega Man Legends did. A battle on the moon. Except this time, maybe we'll actually have something happen after this one, maybe? Capcom? You there? This is no longer a cry for help, but we are demanding.
Please.
Yeah.
Hey, current Hopium flavor is Star Force 4. We'll get back to X9 in a little bit.
I mean, I'm not just asking for much. I'm just asking for 5 more games, bring us closure.
You know?
But yeah, Vile finally remembered, oh right, there was a gimmick I was known for, and then he brought it along, and we outpunched it. In fact, we outpunched it so hard, we made him realize, oh, maybe this was a stupid idea.
He's just sitting there after the second battle like, where did I go wrong? Ah, the mech suit! Ah, crap!
But yeah, we finished him right at the door there, so we don't have to wait for him to be like, oh right, this was a horrible idea, and leave. We can just go through the door and just get on our merry way. But another segment where a lot of the advanced mobility is coming in. Just using Thunder Dancer and Charged Flame Dashes to just ignore the level as Allison intended, apparently.
I gotta say, though, I kind of miss from the Vanilla X8 run just the constant hearing of Thunder Dance, Thunder Dancer, Thunder Dancer, Thunder Dancer.
Thunder, drift, diamond, crystal wall. Yo! Ah! Thank you, Mark Gatlin. We love you.
Oh, missed the bus. There we go.
That's alright, next one's coming around in 3, 2.
Here I go!
Oh my god, he brought a satellite laser. I gotta break my furniture for this.
God, the sprite work on this is so good.
Yeah, this was definitely... Jesse, somebody cooked here. Yeah, saying a giant satellite laser is somebody's weakness, I mean, I feel like that'd be anybody's weakness, but I don't know. Maybe some people are just really different.
Hey, we're done with the RNG part of the game now.
Hooray!
Yeah, because we're done with the game, right? We beat Sigma. We're saving Lumine. Nothing could possibly... Wait, why are you charging?
Just
Oh,
felt
no.
right to do. See, we're just gonna have a chat. Wait, why is there a health bar
I,
flag?
I don't see no text box. What chat is this?
This is the second biggest betrayal I've seen today. The first one being Justice Man. I still can't believe it.
Lumine, you wouldn't believe it. I had to gather 8 of these gems. You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
It's kind of gone and turns into the boss temporarily for this version as well. I was a little disappointed in the original.
Yeah, original version is getting, like, various versions of aura colors. Like, it's a bit of a letdown, but then he turns into not Sephiroth here.
No, he's not Sephiroth. He has 2 wings. Come on.
True. But some people might also recognize this background.
No,
So
where
I've
from?
been told. Well, you see, I'm a LARPer poser tourist that doesn't know anything, but I believe this is from a certain Final Fantasy game. Which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we do have Sonic sound effects for certain moves in here. But nothing like stopping a wannabe god to, like, you know, the power of a black hole localized entirely into our buster.
That's true. It's a good power right there.
Yeah, just constantly keeping squeeze bombs on him. He tries to do his, Game Shark attack where he just kills us immediately, but it doesn't matter because he ran into his own demise.
No.
You sure did.
And
that's
that
time.
is, yep, 35-31 IGT. Not bad at all, Ally.
One day I'm going to try to get 33, but it is, we're still a ways off. We're practicing all the time, sharing strats, grinding it.
Yeah, I don't know. The guys that are getting, like, sub 35, like, those guys aren't human. They're S-class hunters. I'm just a guy that likes to yap, so, like, I don't know. I am perfectly fine with my mediocrity. This is X. I turn him into a smoking hole.
X, we need you to bring back that expensive armor we set you up with.
About that. Yeah, it's honestly peak cinema that, like, that fight was so intense that it broke his newest set of armor, which, considering what it was doing to everything else up to this point, that's how you know that God explosion was pretty rough.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to that durability. That's good craftsmanship.
True,
So are we in for a victory lap on some bonus content, or what do you think?
I mean, I'd like to see some bonus content.
You've got plenty of time. You can watch the credits if you want to, but I know you speedrunners love to skip them, so it's up to you.
Well, the funny thing about that, I don't know why it wouldn't let me skip unless I just forgot that it was a hold instead of a press. It's been a while, guys. I don't play vanilla often anymore.
Hey, we did all right on menuing today. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad at all. Usually you see like a 106, so 105. I mean, that means very good menus.
Let's see.
All right, bonus content. Now we have to go back to Troy Base and actually play the game the right way and get 3 S ranks in one go.
I think this is incredibly fun. This is the first thing I ever did in this game. Is like, oh my gosh, it's grading me. I want a gold star.
Yeah, I had to get used to this with some alternate characters because this was not an optional thing for me on certain categories. So,
Well,
but it's definitely not too hard as long as you just know where things are and just don't run into things like an idiot. S1 down.
So it looks like it's not just time, is it?
correct.
So if you look at the bottom left of the combo bar there's a timer. So that shows how much time we have to get to the end of the section. There's a enemy count in the bottom right of the bar. And we have to try and keep the combo gauge as high as we can, which is done by just killing things fast, killing everything, not taking damage along the way. We can take damage and, you know, still be fine, but it's definitely not recommended because then you start losing time on getting to the end of the level and you kind of just snowball into being a doo-doo head, as the game will tell you.
That is one of the ranks you can earn.
Yeah, D for doo-doo.
I can't live with myself that way, no.
But at least it's not unranked, where the game just doesn't even try to grade you. The game doesn't even grade you anymore. It just looks at you like this.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Try again. That's what I'm trying to say.
We got all 3 S ranks now, and look at that. We've got 3 boss portals. One of them's kind of on the fritz, though. But if you played original X8, this is no surprise. We take a blast to the past and gotta defeat somebody on older hardware. And instead of wop, 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 we hear the sound of repeated NES noises. Crystal Wall. Thunder Dancer.
Thunder Dancer.
Shadow Runner. Squeeze Bomb. Shining Ray.
Poor guy.
No.
It's alright, guys. It's Kung Fu Catman. He went easy on us. He wants us to feel victory every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
We know what he could really do.
So I've never really seen or you know, played the game where you would fight this next boss. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't done it. So I would have to rely on anybody else who has seen this boss before to tell me like how it is.
Yeah, I am also never got to Battle Network 3's Postgame, so...
I don't know. I
okay.
think you can answer this one.
You want me to or you?
You.
Okay, so Serenade is actually the basically final boss of BN3, the boss of the secret area. And whereas Base is a Master of Darkness, Serenade is a Master of Light. So what they do is in the battle, if you ever try to attack them while they have any space to move, they'll essentially deflect away your shot and dodge you. So you kind of have to either area lock them or wait for them to attack, and then you have to kind of counterattack them at the same time. So they're very nimble, very agile, and very good at fighting.
He did become king of the underworld for a reason.
Exactly. One of the only people who canonically could beat Base.
But, yeah, we can tell that he has been training for 20 years, apparently. As he pulls out the kanji and the red screen of death.
Fun fact, so the previous boss theme was the boss battle of BN3. This is the final boss battle of Battle Network 6 against the Cybeasts.
Oh, yeah, I remember this theme very well.
Uber Famicom, this is the X8 Demake. Despite the fact that we're fighting a Battle Network boss.
Hey, don't talk to that poser. He knows what this is.
I see.
Oh my god, the Akuma symbol. You're about to get Raging Demon.
Oh god.
Alright, cool. He messed up his input. Look at this fighting game scrub.
We're gonna finish with the head. Sure you can. How about it?
DP this man. Hit him with the drag. Yeah! Well, be sure you finisher. Yeah, Serenade, one of the most powerful entities in BM lore, so really cool to see them featured here.
Yeah, it definitely seems like an interesting interpretation of the fight in a format like this. In fact, the same boss has also like made me try and like brainstorm ideas of like other bosses from like the Star Force series could work. And you know, anybody who's played Star Force 3 and got to the final boss, you know what that is. Hear me out, because all right, let me ask you know which boss I'm talking about, right? You know, good old Crimson Dragon.
Yeah, for Star Wars 3, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that is like a very Wolf Sigma adjacent fight.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, because I figured it was either that or like a ZX Advent Dragon Albert fight.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I think Crimson Dragon would definitely be a lot more impactful.
Oh no, I'm just saying like basing it on like how a fight like that could be like translated to a design like this. Anyway,
Speaking of cool fight translations, I love how they did Red in this game.
Red is a very, you either love him or you hate him. Like this fight in its rules, very sick, very fair. But if you don't like having your power stripped away, this fight is you're like, man, I have another reason to hate X7 because this guy's back to haunt me.
The funny thing is, his fight in X7 sucks.
Anyway, teleports behind you. Discount judgment cut. So, for anybody who didn't catch on, Red's gimmick is that he only does 1 damage to you every time he hits you, but every time he hits you, he gets health back. So, you have to play it by his rules, because, you know, like, if you lose, it's like, alright, cool, you just don't know how to fight me, that's fine, you know, try again next time, idiot. But at the same time, like, it's also pretty brutal, just because you're like, wow, I don't have any of the fun tools I've had up to this point.
I think I'm not going to win this one, y'all, but I'm going to try. Now you got me twice.
Yeah, I was going to say he got 1 HP in a dream, but then I realized he has combos.
He does have combos.
So a lot of that just kind of, you know, you just take it on the chin, you come back.
As you do.
Boom.
If I can get him low enough, then he's mine. But, you know, he's sort of hard to whittle down, as you can see.
Yeah, when the most damage you can do is like 3 at a time, assuming you're doing like charge shot into flame dash. Because it's not like because it's not like he has like a weakness weapon. It's just don't get hit, stupid. But then like you say that, and then he pulls out the funny move that he did, where you just can't dodge. Well, you can, but then like you read the fine print in like 1 point font size, and it's like, yeah, I see what you're getting at, buddy.
Ouch.
Yeah, so that's probably like a solid like 8 HP back every time, which is about 1/4 of a health bar. Alright, I forgot. Bosses have exaggerated health bars, so since there's no like usual iframes unless you hit them with a weakness weapon, bosses actually have like 160 HP in most cases, with each visual unit of health being like 5 HP. So we're actually doing 10 damage with each charge shot here. So like right now he's got about 20 HP, but you couldn't tell because it can be like fragmented.
He got away from me. Shoot.
I mean, you got this, you got this. Just one more clean hit.
Yeah.
And we give him that lovely cake card.
Those were secret bosses on vanilla. We got him!
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, that's
until we
everything.
Until we can twist somebody's arm into, you know, giving this game another update, which might not happen. I understand. This is what we got, and it's free to play, free to enjoy. Hope you enjoy it.
Hope everyone had a blast, and now we'll get to see more of this in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We are just gonna. Yeah, we're gonna need a few minutes to set up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, hey, we'll be back in just a few minutes here, but stick around. We've got some more fan game action for you to check out here. So, thank you to our folks, and we'll be right back.
Cheers.